What up, what up, what up, what up? I think I got all of the walk downs named now, guys. This is episode 116, I think. Golly, I should have looked. Matter of fact, I can look right now. So I can get it right. So I can get it right. Sometimes none of that matters, guys. When you ain't gotta dot your I's and cross your T's on certain things. You don't have to. Let's see. Let me look. Whoa, it's episode 122. Episode 122 on the walk down, guys. Yeah. And guess what? It's starting to cool off now. The 105-degree heat, I think it's gone. Appreciate y'all for joining me. Hit the like button. But yeah, the 105-degree heat is gone. Today is 91. And I felt amazing. Nice and cool and comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I started to stretch it out, but I followed my first mind and just kept it like it was. Cause it's 91 degrees now. It ain't 105 no more, guys. So it's coming October. It's gonna be a lot of cool down. And that's why I run in the heat. You wanna know why? This is why I train in the heat. Because when the temperature cool down, it makes it easy for me to run these marathons, guys. While other people training on the treadmill, other people training at AC. Guess what? The stock snipers training in the heat. That's right, in the heat. So I'm ready to rock and roll, guys. That's why I was kind of raised like this, but in mixed martial arts and training, you know what I'm saying? We always put ourselves, sensei and the instructor always put us in uncomfortable positions, uncomfortable training situations. That way, when things smooth out, you already ahead of the game of everybody else. You know, there's a lot of people just now coming out to train, guys. A lot of people are just now coming outside to run, you know, because the heat is gone. But guess what? I've been training during the heat, during the snow, and now it's getting kind of cool. Some lovely, lovely weather. 91 to some people is hot, but to me, it's like AC. And as October comes, it's going to get cooler and cooler. So in other words, that's why I'm glad I dropped my training down. I stopped running all those miles in the heat, and I dropped it down to 4. Now, I can really get to training. Why, Stock Sniper? Because it's finna be cool. It's finna be 66, 76, you know, and that's easy training conditions, more comfortable, put it like that. So you never know what I might do. When it's time for me to go back up to the 8 miles a day, I might stretch it out to 12. You never know. But I won't run 12 all the time. I just do it ever so often. So what's up, everybody? What's up, everybody? Appreciate y'all for joining the walk down. This is episode 122 of the walk down. Can you believe, guys? We at 122, 122 episodes of the walk down, right? 122 episodes. That's great, guys. Appreciate y'all for joining me. I'm your host, the one and only Stock Sniper. We got 16 people in the building. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. It's beautiful today on this Thursday, as we call it, Trapping Thursday. I got to bring Trapping Thursdays back, guys. I got to bring that back as we proceed on the walk down. How y'all doing out there, guys? How y'all doing? Yes, it's nice and pretty out here. Nice and pretty on the golf course. We did get a lot of rain yesterday, but today, the track is not even wet. Nice day. Nice day. Appreciate y'all for joining me, man. I hope where you at is beautiful as it is out here. Yeah, I hope it's just as beautiful where you at, where I'm at. Yeah, it's real, real beautiful out here, guys. nice and cool. The heat is going away, which is amazing. Yep. So if you've been rocking it with me on these walk downs, after I run 4 miles, and you've been rocking with me, guess what? Now this is the best time between October and December. Really, October and January is the best times. You know, best times you can get the most work, you can be comfortable, and you can make a move. That's like some people, if you ain't running 4 miles a day or whatever, it's best time to get out and start walking. Start right now. We got 4 more months before this year's over with. We got 1 quarter left, as we say in the stock market. 1 quarter left. We're in the last quarter. We're starting the beginning stages of the last quarter of 2025, guys. It seemed like it was just yesterday. At the end of 2024, I think it was the end of October, some around November, when I started talking about investing. When I started talking about at the end of 2024, if you ain't started investing in the stock market, the best time to start, to get a head start on what was to come in 2025. So a lot of us that started investing at the end of 2024, guess what? We just about 1 year in, guys. So everybody that was on the channel at the end of 24 that started investing for their first time, look how 1 year passed. See, it's a few people that I know for sure that started investing in the stock market at that October, November, right around when the election was in 2024. And I said, guys, if you are not invested in the stock market, this is the best time to get in. We got a 4-year run with this president. We got a 4-year run. And think about it long term. And guess what, guys? The 2 people that went on and started investing, they're about to be 1 year in. That's how fast time goes, guys. 1 year anniversary of the people that well, it was only 2 people that I know of. 2 people that told me personally that they started investing at the end of 2024. I know it's some people that started investing too, but they just haven't told me yet. Don't be ashamed to say, look, Stock Sniper, man, at the end of 2024, you know what I'm saying? When you said that, I got in, bro. Some people that just ain't said nothing. And that's fine, because some people, you know, they want to try to make it seem like they already been doing it. But then that's fine. But I got 2 people already. It's 1 year for them. And their portfolios are looking really, really, really lovely, which is great news. Great, great news. A lot of people got in, also got in more during Liberation Day. Was another good time to buy the big dip, was Liberation Day. So some people got in at the end of 2024, and then the 2 people that I'm talking about also bought the dip on Liberation Day. So they're looking good right now. Shout out to them. Shout out to them. So what's up, guys? How y'all doing? As we make it around this corner, we are 8 minutes in. We are 8 minutes in. But the thing also, guys, stock market just hit all-time highs. I think it was last week or the beginning of the week, something like that. Hit all-time highs, guys. So guess what? If you jumped in at the end of 2024 like I was talking, you're looking lovely right now. Shout out to everybody that is investing into the stock market. Shout out to everybody that's earning, spending less, and making proper investments. Even if you just invested in yourself, it's very, very good. What am I doing? I am exercising. I'm training for a marathon. I just got through running 4 miles, and now I'm walking another mile and about 1.25 miles. This is called a walk down. You see, this is a track right here. I do 2 workouts in one. I run 4 miles, and then I get on live and do this show, which is called the walk down. And I walk, and I talk to the people. A lot of people like this show, the walk down. And a lot of people like it. It has inspired people to start exercising. It has inspired people to start investing. It has also inspired people to spend less money. See, it's a 3-step process, guys. 3-step main process, which is make or earn. That's about 1/4 of the pie. 1/4 of the pie is to make money. Go get a job, work. Go get an education. You know what I'm saying? And find something you love to do and go to work. That's 1/4 of the pie. The other 75% of the pie is spend less and make investments. That's the overall pie. Because you know pi equals 3.14. If all you mathematic people out there, that was kind of like a joke. But when it's an overall pie, 25% of the pie is earning money. The other 75% is spending less and making proper investments. And yes, investing in your education, investing in your health, investing in your kids and grandkids, investing in your community is also an investment. It's also a great investment. See, investing is a lot of different things, guys. That's what it is. You know, and going out and working a 9-to-5 job and earning is 25% of the overall pie. It's 25% of the overall pie. It's also the main foundation because you got to earn money. If you want to invest in yourself, you want to invest in the stock market, you want to invest in real estate, you have to have a foundation, which is your job and go to work. I don't care where you work at. I don't care where you work at. Guys, I know people. I got a good friend of mine that work at Popeyes. This person been working at Popeyes for 20 years, guys. They love frying chicken. They love working for Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? They love they love the co-workers that they've been working with. They love the management of Popeyes. They love the head manager, the general manager. You know, they go shopping together. They go to the movie. So they got a good relationship with the people at Popeyes. So guess what? They've been working at Popeyes for 20 years, but guess what they've been doing? The pie that I'm talking about, 25% working at Popeyes. The 75% is spend less and investments. That's it. Invest in the 401k plan at Popeyes. You know, that's what my friend did. And guess what? They love what they do. They goes to work, they make Popeyes chicken, and they love it. You know, but at the same time, they're not doing what the 70% of Americans do. They spend the dough and don't invest nothing. You know, so this live is to inspire everybody. You know, stop worrying about the negative stuff that's going on. Start worrying about what can you learn? What investments can you make? What can you invest in? Right? It's a lot of distractions out there. Let me tell you, it's a lot. But guess what? You have to start investing in yourself. You have to start investing in your kids and grandkids. You know, you got to start investing in your health, right? Your health is one of the main components of investing. You have to invest in your health. You have to invest in your spiritual health. You have to invest in your physical health. You have to invest in your mental health. And yes, walking is a great investment because it works on your health. Eating correctly is a great investment. Not drinking sodas every single day, all day, is a great investment. Why? Because soda has a lot of sugar in it. And it could potentially cause too much drinking. All that sugar can do what? Can cause diabetes and other health complications. So we have to be investing in our health. Okay, let's see what some of these comments say. You're saying it's all wealth. What we doing? You saying it's all wealth? Well, wealth is something that's generated from generation to generation, right? So wealth is investing in yourself. Wealth is investing in your kids. Wealth is investing in your grandkids. That's what wealth is. Passing down assets that grows over time. That's wealth. Rich and wealth are two different things. Wealth is passing things down that is increasing, right? Like my parents and my grandparents passed things down to me. I'm passing things down to my kids. My kids are passing things down to my grandkids. And the power of it is compound interest that is being generated through the generations. That's why it's called generational wealth. My grandpa, who started all this, well, my great-grandfather who started all this, they wasn't using terms as generational wealth. They were just saying making an earn and collecting assets that we could pass it down to our kids, you know? So that's what it is, you know? Even if it's just education. Sometimes the person that has all the knowledge and the education is not the one that generate all of the wealth. Sometimes it's the grandkid. Sometimes it's the great-grandkid. Sometimes it's the great-great-grandkid. But guess what? That knowledge and wealth of information through foundational training from generation to generation, it lives on. Like the things that I talk about right now was instilled in my family through my great-grandfather. And that's how it works. And I'm teaching it to my kids and grandkids and also talking about it on this internet, which is called social media. Because I want everybody to quit worrying about negative stuff. Stop worrying about the negative. Focus on positive things. I don't care where you at. I don't care where you start. You can start from zero right now. Well, Stock Sniper, I didn't pull the trigger in 2024. When you was talking about it, Stock Sniper, I was just listening. I wasn't putting the work in. That's all great. Guess what? We are 1 year in right now, yeah, because it was last October. That's why I'm talking about it right now, because the people that make the decision to earn, spend less, and invest at the end of 24, when I was talking about it, right around this time, they're coming on 1 year anniversary. That lets you know how time passes. That lets you know how time passes and how time flies, guys. We're coming up on a year since the election. We're coming up on a year. But guess what? If you did not educate yourself and invest in the proper things, guess what? You ain't too late. Long as God wake you up every single day, you are not too late. Long as God wake you up every single day, you're not too late to start investing in your wealth. Start investing in your health. Start investing in your future and your kids and your grandkids. It's not too late. The time to start is right now. Why, Stock Sniper? Because there's a big wealth transfer happening, guys. It's a big wealth transfer happening. And whoever's been watching this channel for a substantial amount of years, or at least for a year, you're understanding what I've been saying this whole time. Because if you pull the trigger, guess what? You are experiencing the wealth transfer right now, whatever level you on. Well, you might say, well, Stock Sniper, I only got 10 shares. I don't care how many shares you got. Your portfolio is looking lovely right now. You know, so it's called building. It's the building blocks. You got to start building, and it starts with your first 10 shares. It starts with your first 5 shares. It starts with 1 share at a time. That's how it starts. A lot of people started. A lot of people jumped in. Well, not a lot of people. Some people jumped in at the end of 2024 when I was talking about it. Guess what? If you bought 10 shares a month, every paycheck, dollar cost and averaging in, and you ended up with 8 to 10 shares a month, guess what? You had 100 shares right now. So that's a foundation. That's the foundation. So guess what? Once that year's up, you should have the confidence to keep going. You should have the confidence to keep going. And you should be understanding when it's the right time to really, really, really double up on your entries. You should be understanding when to double up on your entries. Just like at the end of 2024, when it first started, when Liberation Day came, that was another double up. That was another time to double up on your shares. You know, when others are fearful, this is a real good tip. When others are fearful and scared, that's the time to start investing. That's the time, because why? You get the companies that you know, like, and trust. You're getting it at a discount. You get it at a discount. Right now, we right around all-time highs. So if you was decide to pull the trigger right now, you have to think logically and be like, well, okay, we are at all-time highs right now, but I want to get some skin in the game. I want to get some skin in the game. So guess what? You understand that it's a possibility that it's going to be a pullback. Why? Because some people, like I said, jumped in at Liberation Day, and now it's at all-time highs. A lot of people will begin to do what? Take profits. A lot of people will begin to take some off of the table, right? And start investing in other things, right? Because it's a lot going on right now. You take some off one piece, you drop it in another piece. It's called, this is big point right here. It's called diversifying. It's called diversify. That's what it's called. So we got to keep that in mind. You have to be diversified. In other words, the simple term of diversification is you don't put all your eggs in one basket. You don't do that. You don't do that. You don't put all your eggs in one basket. You put some here, there, here, there. You spread it out. That way, you be ready to rock and roll when there's what? A pullback. When it's time to buy the dip. In other words, AKA, you can buy some of these companies at wholesale, right? That's how it works, you know? So we got to start thinking. A lot been going on lately, right? They're going to say more things to try to keep you off the course. But we got to stay on the course. This is the course right here. They're going to be saying a lot of things to throw us off. But if you already got your skin in the game, especially if you new and you just started like a year, guess what? You should have good confidence. You got a foundation now. You ready to rock and roll. You are loading up your brokerage account. And guess what? You're waiting on the next buying opportunity. A lot of people are rubbing their hands like Birdman. Yeah, I said it. A lot of people are rubbing their hands like Birdman. Why, Stock Sniper? Waiting on another dip. Waiting on another sell-off. Waiting to buy a lot of these companies that we know, like, and trust on a wholesale. What is a wholesale, Stock Sniper? That's when you buying the companies that you know, like, and trust at a discount. Kind of like a blue finger discount, right? Like you go to Walmart, and Walmart say we got 20% off or 30% off. That's what I'm referring to. Well, the stock market also have a discounts. We seen one already on Liberation Day. So now we should be, if your skin is already in the game, you should be loading up your brokerage account, waiting on the next discount. Right, waiting on the next discount. So we got to keep that in mind, guys, as the end of the year, as we get to the end of the year. We're in the last quarter of the year. We are in the start of the last quarter, right? Earnings season is every quarter. Earnings season is in every quarter. We're in the beginning of the fourth quarter right now. So be aware of that. Always stay focused, right? Always stay focused and make sure that you tell others. So the two people that's been rocking with us for a year, the two people that told me what they did, guess what? I hope you're telling it to other people. Hope you're sharing it with your family. You know what I'm saying? Hope you're sharing it with them. You know what I'm saying? Your progress, your ups and your downs, your feelings, because a lot of it, sometimes most people are used to 9 to 5, so they're not used to the downside, right? That's why it's very important that whoever you tell this stuff to, it's very important that you tell them to put in their subconscious mind that it's long term. That'll help you out. It's long term, AKA it's not for me. It's for my kids and grandkids. That's one of the most important things that I learned from my grandfather. He always talked, it ain't for me. It's for my kids and grandkids. It's not for me. It's for y'all. That's where I got that from. The mindset of that. And guess what? It's a lovely thing, guys, when you can receive something from your parents and grandparents, and you can leave something to your kids and grandkids. That is what life is all about, guys. It's because we're only here for a short time. We're only here for a short time. We got to keep that in mind. So the goal is to earn, spend less, make proper investments, worry about your kids and grandkids in your community, and teach it to as many people as you can, help as many people as you can. That's the goal. You know, nothing else matters, guys. It don't matter what Donald Trump doing. It don't matter what Joe Biden doing. It don't worry about what Kamala Harris doing. None of that matters, guys. It does not matter, none of that. Because guess what? We have the ability to earn, spend less, and make proper investments. And yes, they're going to be arguing and going back and forth. Like that's what they do. But guess what? While they're doing all that, guess what they're doing? They're earning, they're spending less, and they're making proper investments. That's what they're doing, guys. And we got to keep that in mind. We got to keep that in mind. You can't be attracted to that. You can't be attracted to the separation, you know, because that's the number one art of war. It's divide and conquer. You got to stay focused on what you got to do. And that's what matters, guys. That doesn't matter. What matters is earning, spending less, and making proper investments, teaching it to your kids and grandkids, and teaching it to your family that's in your circle, and teaching it to your community. That's all that matters, guys. Nothing else matters. Everything else is over there. Nothing else matters. As long as you keep that scenario and stay in your own lane and mind your own business, guess what? You will achieve those goals, whatever the goals might be, whatever they may be. As long as you got to stay laser focused on what you're doing. You have to. You have to stay laser focused. It's going to be more distractions. Keep that in mind. It's going to be more distractions, but you got to look at it like all it is a distraction. It's just a distraction. You got to stay focused on making you earn, spending less, and taking that money that you spending less and make some investments. Educate yourself, educate your kids, educate your grandkids, educate the people that you love, and let them understand. Get out your feelings and get in your bag. And with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. This is the one and only Stock Sniper. Earn, spend less, and make proper investments. I hope y'all have a great day. To the next one, I'm probably gonna go live a little bit later. This is the end of the walk down, 27 minutes. I'm walking faster right at the end. This is a buffer because once, well, we already here, guys. Once November get here, I'm cranking it back up. I'm cranking it back up with this training because next thing you know, I'm gonna look up and it's gonna be January 1st. Next thing you know, I'm gonna look up and it's gonna be the marathon, which is the Chevron Marathon. That's what I'm getting ready for. And then during November, I'm also getting ready. Yes, guys, I'm getting back in competition in jiu-jitsu. I gotta start working on that too. So I got a big this last 4 months is big for me, guys. It's gonna be big for me. It's gonna be big for the channel. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, put on the notification bell. That way you'll be tuned in to what's going on. This is 1 year since I made the announcement. I think I'm gonna do a reaction video. I'm gonna put it all together. I got more people watching now, so I'm finna put it all together. I just don't want nobody to miss out, guys. I don't. You know what I'm saying? But it's not too late. It's not too late. So with that being said, I love and I appreciate y'all. Earn, spend less, and invest. With that being said, it's the one and only Stock Sniper. To the next one, I'm out.